And then, so the big one that I think on this record is "You in Love Again."
Yeah.
Let the people know, the details about that song, because I think it's very, very cool.
So yeah, my grandma is originally from San Antonio, Texas. She's a singer, songwriter, and she wrote "You in Love Again." So in Texas, she would write for all these people that were in trios, mariachi singers. She recorded 45s, and I mean, recently she just passed. Back in May, she passed. So my mom was going to Texas, like back and forth to take care of her, and it was extremely stressful. And my mom said, "Just, you know what? I'm gonna bring her over here because all this traveling is, I can't do it anymore." So in the process of like moving stuff and making sure she was all settled in, my mom found I have it right here. Old school, man. Like, look at this. Yellow pages. Like, super old school. She found that, and she found her 45s. And she's like, "Check this out." I'm like, okay. So I'm looking through it. I'm like, it's like, "Grandma wrote this song?" She's like, "Yeah." And it was originally called "Goodbye, My Darling." It wasn't "You in Love Again." I honestly thought like she was just messing around, or like she heard it from somewhere and she was just, writing it. I Googled it to make sure that it was like nobody's song before I told Joey about it, or my team. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take it to Joey and see what we could do. And it was so weird how that happened. Like that day when we found that song, just the lyrics, because we didn't find sheet music, just the lyrics. I was headed to the studio, and it was just so weird how that happened. And I took it to Joey, and I was like, "Look, like, check it out." He's like, "Wow, these are really good." I'm like, obviously we need to like put some other lyrics in there, because it wasn't there was no bridge. There was just a hook and a verse. And he's like, and I was like, "We need to put music to it, because there's nothing. It's just lyrics." He's like, "Okay." He's like, "Well, I have this track already made." I'm like, "Okay, pull it up and see what it sounds like." So he pulled it up, and I just started singing, "Goodbye, my darling," and it just went like this. And I was like, "Oh my God, like this is fucking crazy." And I'm looking at him, I'm like, "Dang, this is like, it's crazy." I will never ever forget that moment. And the bridge too, it was funny. I'm like sitting there at the piano, and he's like playing it. And you know me, I'm like, I was like, I want to go higher. I'm like, I want to like really like put my emotion in this song, because geez, it's like Grandma was feeling some type of way when she wrote this song. Like she was heartbroken. I was like, we need to add some stuff. So we're sitting there, we're trying to think about like, what about the bridge? He's like, "What about but in this lifetime there is no happy end, but I'll wait a lifetime to see you again." I'm like, I was like, Joey, I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, that's fucking perfect. I was like, "That's perfect." So yeah, it just went like this, and I think we finished it like that day with all the la-las and like recording, and like it was just like butter. And I was like, "Oh dude, I have to take this." And my gig for the Granada Theater was coming up, and I was like, I have to take it and sing it to her. I was like, I have to do this for her. And she was already here in California. She wasn't doing well at all. She couldn't walk. She couldn't hard times. So she made it though to my gig. I have that video on my Instagram that you can watch too. And it's the first time I sang that song to her. Oh man, I almost lost it, because like my grandma was also a big supporter too growing up, and just for me to sing her song to her, like it's so cute in the video, because she's like, she does this smirk like, "Yeah, it's my song." like, I'm like, oh my God, Grandma. And so that was back in November that I did that, and I hadn't touched the song since November. She recently passed in May, and I still hadn't touched the song, and I was like, dude, like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm gonna do it if I have to sing it. The first time that I sang it on stage was at the Los Lobos performance, and I almost lost it on that one. So, but I had to, put my mind somewhere else to focus. But yeah, that's the song For You in Love Again.
Yeah, that's a beautiful song. The way it's just put together, and that's what's really cool about music. And I think it's like there's a magic in it, some like when it just works, it works, and it's like you can't explain it. It's just like it just when it comes together like that, and the lyrics come together, and the music comes together, it's just something magical about music, and that's really the beauty of it. And that's an amazing story.
Like that was supposed to happen. That was supposed to happen. Like, what are the odds of like him already producing a track that he didn't touch, like, and it just started just doing this, like, what the heck? And we were freaking out. I was like, what the hell is happening right now?
Yeah, like, that's just amazing. That's amazing.
Like, I don't even think he touched the track. Like, I don't even think he added anything to it. It was already like done. Obviously we had to go and master and all that stuff and do harmonies and like, but as far as like musicians, like I don't think he went in there and added like licks or whatever. I think that was it. It was already done.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to hear about your grandmother.
Yeah, she was so funny. After I took the lyrics to Joey, I came back and I was like, do you know the song, Grandma? So I'm reading her the lyrics. She's like, yeah, that's my song. I was like, well, I found it.
I'm using it.
She was like, well, you can have it, mija. I was like, oh, thanks, Grandma. She's like, yeah. I was like, so what happened? I want to know, like, what happened? What, like, why are you so heartbroken in this song? 'Cause dang, man. Yeah. And like, what? Like, I wanted to know, like, what was going through her head of You in Love Again? Like, you in love again? Like, where did that come from? Yeah. She was just, I think at the time she was like madly in love with a mariachi singer, and it just didn't work out. I think she wrote for him too. So yeah, I was like, dang, Grandma, that's a trip. Crazy.
And this one's really special to me because my grandma wrote it, and I have her here. Don't cry, I have her here, so everybody say hi, Grandma! All the way from San Antonio, Texas. She's here. And it's my first time singing it, and I took it to Joey, and I was like, look, man, look at these lyrics. He was like, dang, Grandma must have been feeling some type of way when she wrote this. And I was like, yeah, it would be cool to put something together and, present it to her and sing it here. So it's my first time singing it for you guys and for her. This one's called You in Love Again.
Till we meet.